10. Gold Coast Bus Station, Surfers Paradise Transit Centre, Queensland. The Surfers Paradise Transit Centre, located in the heart of the Gold Coast, has long been a gateway to the famous beachside destination. Before its current form, the area was a part of the vibrant Surfers Paradise scene, witnessing the growth of tourism and the constant flow of visitors. The land beneath the transit centre has seen countless stories unfold, from joyful arrivals to tearful goodbyes. With such a lively past, it's perhaps not surprising that some ghostly tales have emerged around the Surfers Paradise Transit Centre. The stories speak of lost souls and unexplained occurrences, suggesting that the area may hold on to echoes of its past. These accounts add an eerie layer to the transit centre's history, a reminder that some stories may linger long after their time. Imagine standing in the Surfers Paradise Transit Centre late at night, the only sound the distant crash of waves. Suddenly, you feel a chilling gust of wind, even though the doors are closed. The air grows cold, and you hear a faint whisper, "I'm lost." You turn, but there's no one there. Others have reported seeing fleeting shadows or feeling a sudden chill, as if passing through a cold spot. Some claim to have heard footsteps on the empty platform or the rustling of clothes when no one else is around. Perhaps the most chilling tale is that of a visitor who claims to have seen a figure in beach attire, standing near the bus bays. The figure vanished when approached, leaving behind only a lingering sense of unease. These incidents suggest that the Surfers Paradise Transit Centre may hold onto the echoes of past journeys, a place where the past and present sometimes collide. 9. Newcastle Interchange, New South Wales. The Newcastle Interchange, serving as a vital transportation hub for the city, has a history that stretches back to the early days of rail travel in the region. Before its current form, the area was known as Wickham, a place that witnessed the growth of Newcastle as a major industrial and transport centre. The land beneath the interchange has seen countless journeys begin and end, leaving its mark on the city's history. With such a rich past, it's perhaps not surprising that some ghostly tales have emerged around the Newcastle Interchange. The stories speak of whispers and unexplained occurrences, suggesting that the area may hold on to echoes of its past. These accounts add an eerie layer to the interchange's history, a reminder that some stories may linger long after their time. Imagine standing on the platform of the Newcastle Interchange late at night, the only sound the distant rumble of a train. Suddenly, you hear a faint whisper, a voice that seems to come from nowhere. The words are indistinct, but they carry a sense of urgency or longing. Others have reported seeing fleeting shadows or feeling a sudden chill, as if passing through a cold spot. Some claim to have heard footsteps on the empty platform or the rustling of clothes when no one else is around. Perhaps the most chilling tale is that of a worker who claims to have seen a figure in old-fashioned clothing, standing near the tracks. The figure vanished when approached, leaving behind only a lingering sense of unease. These incidents suggest that the Newcastle Interchange may hold onto the echoes of its past, a place where the past and present sometimes intertwine. 8. Hobart Bus Mall, Tasmania. The Hobart Bus Mall, situated on Elizabeth Street, has long been a central part of Hobart's transportation network. Before it became the city's primary bus hub, the area was a bustling centre for trams and other forms of transport. Elizabeth Street has witnessed the ebb and flow of city life, from its early days to its modern era, making it a place rich with history and human experience. With such a vibrant past, it's perhaps inevitable that some ghostly tales have emerged around the Hobart Bus Mall. The stories speak of lingering melodies and unexplained occurrences, suggesting that the area may hold on to echoes of its past. These accounts add an eerie dimension to the mall's history, a reminder that some stories may linger long after their time. Imagine standing in the Hobart Bus Mall late at night, the only sound the gentle hum of the city. Suddenly, you hear the faint strains of a guitar, a haunting melody that seems to come from nowhere. The music is beautiful but carries a sense of sadness, as if played by a long-gone musician. Others have reported seeing fleeting shadows or feeling a sudden chill, as if passing through a cold spot. Some claim to have heard whispers or the rustling of clothes when no one else is around. Perhaps the most chilling tale is that of a cleaner who claims to have seen a figure in old-fashioned clothing, standing near the old tram shelter. The figure vanished when approached, leaving behind only a lingering sense of unease. These incidents suggest that the Hobart Bus Mall may hold onto the echoes of its past, a place where the past and present sometimes intertwine. 7. Liverpool Bus Interchange, New South Wales. Liverpool, one of the earliest settlements in New South Wales, has a rich and layered history. Before the modern bus interchange, the area was a vital part of the colony's development, witnessing everything from early colonial life to the growth of a major urban centre. The ground beneath the interchange has seen countless stories unfold, from the struggles of early settlers to the bustling activity of a growing city. Given its long and varied past, it's perhaps not surprising that the Liverpool Bus Interchange has its share of ghostly tales. The stories speak of a lingering presence, a phantom hitchhiker who seems forever bound to the location, waiting for a ride that never comes. These accounts add an eerie layer to the interchange's history, a reminder that some stories may linger long after their time. Imagine waiting at the Liverpool Bus Interchange late at night, the only person on the platform. A bus pulls up, its doors hissing open, but there's no driver. As you step on, a cold spot envelops you, and you hear a faint whisper, "Are you going my way?" You turn, but there's no one there. The bus doors close, and it pulls away, leaving you with a chilling sense of unease. Others have reported seeing a figure standing by the side of the road, thumb outstretched, as if trying to hitch a ride. But when they look again, the figure has vanished, leaving no trace. Some say this phantom hitchhiker is a restless spirit, forever seeking a destination that remains out of reach. There are also tales of unexplained noises, like footsteps on the empty platform or the rustling of clothes when no one else is around. These incidents suggest that the Liverpool Bus Interchange may hold onto the echoes of past journeys, a place where the past and present sometimes collide. 6. Canberra Jolimont Centre. The Jolimont Centre in Canberra, a crucial hub for long-distance coaches, has a history that's seen its share of drama. Originally, the site housed a timber building brought from Melbourne, which tragically suffered fire damage in 1969. The current structure rose in its place, a modern complex that continues to serve as Canberra's gateway to the rest of Australia. Even before its time as a bus depot, the location has seen a continuous flow of people and events, leaving its mark on the land. With a past marked by fire and constant human activity, it's no surprise that some unsettling stories have emerged. The Jolimont Centre seems to hold on to echoes of its past, with tales of unexplained phenomena circulating among those who work and travel through its halls. These stories hint at a lingering presence, a reminder of the site's fiery history and the countless journeys that have begun and ended here. Imagine standing in the quiet of the Jolimont Centre late at night. A security guard on his rounds notices a flickering light in a section that should be completely dark. As he approaches, the air grows cold, and he smells a faint, acrid scent of smoke, even though there's no sign of a fire. The light vanishes as quickly as it appeared, leaving him with an unsettling feeling. Some have reported hearing faint whispers or the crackling of flames when the centre is nearly empty, sounds that seem to come from nowhere and carry a sense of urgency or distress. Others describe seeing fleeting shadows or feeling a sudden, inexplicable chill, as if passing through a cold spot. Perhaps the most chilling tale is that of a traveller who claims to have seen a figure in period clothing, seemingly lost and confused, wandering through the terminal. The figure vanished when approached, leaving behind only a lingering sense of unease. These incidents suggest that the Jolimont Centre may hold onto the echoes of past events, a place where the past and present sometimes blur. 5. Melbourne Coach Terminal, near Southern Cross Station, Victoria. The Melbourne Coach Terminal, adjacent to the iconic Southern Cross Station, is a gateway to Victoria and beyond. This area, historically known as Spencer Street, has long been a transport hub, a focal point for arrivals and departures in Melbourne. Before the current terminal, there would have been earlier coach stations, railway buildings, and a constant stream of travellers, adventurers, and those seeking new lives. It's a place rich with the personal histories of countless individuals, each embarking on or concluding a journey. Given its history as a place of constant transience and emotional goodbyes, it's perhaps inevitable that some lingering energies might remain. As the modern terminal rose, the tales began to spread, stories of an unseen presence, a lost traveller who seems unable to move on, forever bound to the departure lounge, eternally searching for a journey that was never completed or a loved one who never returned. Imagine the terminal late at night, the crowds thin to a trickle, the vast space feeling cavernous and empty. A cleaner, methodically working, hears what sounds like a suitcase being dragged across the polished floor. The sound is distinct, rhythmic, but when they look up, there's no one in sight. The dragging sound continues, seeming to move past them, before abruptly stopping. Staff members have reported seeing fleeting glimpses of a figure, often described as a man or woman dressed in vintage traveling attire, waiting patiently by a departure gate, only to vanish into thin air when approached. Sometimes, a chilling sense of despair can suddenly wash over individuals in certain areas of the terminal, a feeling that passes as quickly as it arrives, leaving them with an unsettling sense of sorrow. One particularly vivid account comes from a security guard who, during a routine patrol, saw a faint, almost transparent hand rest for a moment on a departure board, as if checking a destination. He quickly looked away, then back, and the hand was gone, leaving only the faint scent of old perfume or tobacco in the air. These are the spectral signs of the lost traveller of Spencer Street, a restless spirit who seems forever caught in the limbo between arrival and departure, a poignant reminder of the countless souls who have passed through this iconic Melbourne hub. 4. Perth Busport, Western Australia. The Perth Busport is a state-of-the-art underground bus station, a modern marvel beneath the bustling streets of Perth. Before its construction, this area would have been part of the city's evolving landscape, possibly an older commercial district or even reclaimed land. While modern, the very act of digging deep into the earth for such a significant infrastructure project can, some believe, disturb long-dormant energies or even ancient burial grounds, though no specific historical reports indicate this for the Busport's exact location. Despite its cutting-edge design and modern aesthetics, the Perth Busport has accumulated its own unsettling tales. Perhaps it's the sense of being deep underground, isolated from the world above, that fosters an atmosphere conducive to the uncanny. Staff working the late shifts, and even some commuters, have reported phenomena that defy logical explanation, suggesting that this modern hub might be host to a spectral passenger with a permanent ticket. Imagine this: you're waiting for a late-night bus, the only one on the deserted platform. The digital displays glow, but the silence is profound. Suddenly, you hear the distinct sound of footsteps approaching from an empty corridor, a rhythmic, steady tread. You turn, expecting to see another commuter, but there's no one there. The footsteps continue, seemingly passing right through you, leaving an icy trail of air. Bus drivers preparing their vehicles have reported seeing figures reflected in their side mirrors, only for them to vanish when they turn to look directly. One chilling account describes a driver who felt a distinct weight settle into an empty seat behind him, even hearing a faint rustle of clothing, yet when he glanced back, the seat remained empty. There are also tales of strange electrical malfunctions, lights flickering violently when no power surges are detected, or automated doors opening and closing seemingly on their own. Some speculate that these are the actions of a phantom commuter, eternally trying to catch a bus that never arrives, or perhaps still bound to the routines of a lifelong past, echoing through the subterranean depths of the Perth Busport. It's a modern space, but one that undeniably holds an unsettling secret. 3. Queen Street Bus Station, Brisbane, Queensland. The Queen Street Bus Station sits beneath the bustling heart of Brisbane, a subterranean labyrinth of transport. Historically, Queen Street has always been a central artery of the city, a place of commerce, community, and sometimes, tragedy. Before the bus station existed in its current form, the area would have been a hive of activity, perhaps with older transport methods like trams and horse-drawn carriages. It's a location that has witnessed centuries of human drama, from grand celebrations to hidden sorrows. As the modern bus station took shape, constructing new layers beneath the historical streets, it seems to have disturbed something, or someone. Stories began to emerge, whispers among staff and commuters about a lingering presence, a spectral figure said to traverse the platforms. The once modern hub became known not just for its transport links, but for the chilling tale of the lady in grey dot. Imagine standing on a quiet platform late at night, the hum of the ventilation system the only sound. Suddenly, a bus driver waiting for his next run catches a glimpse of movement at the periphery of his vision. A woman, dressed in an old-fashioned, flowing grey dress, appears to glide rather than walk along the edge of the platform. Her hair is dark, and her face seems perpetually downcast. He blinks, rubs his eyes, and she's gone. This isn't an isolated incident. Numerous reports describe seeing this same lady in grey, a fleeting apparition that causes an inexplicable drop in temperature and a profound sense of sadness. Cleaners working the graveyard shift have spoken of items being subtly moved, or of hearing faint, disembodied footsteps pacing behind them when no one else is around. Some have even claimed to hear a low, sorrowful hum, like a forgotten lullaby. The consensus amongst those who have encountered her is that she is not malicious, but deeply mournful, perhaps searching for someone or something lost to the passage of time. Her appearances are brief, unsettling glimpses into a past that continues to haunt the very fabric of Brisbane's Queen Street bus station, a constant reminder of the lady in grey. 2. Parramatta Interchange, Sydney, New South Wales. The Parramatta Interchange, a modern marvel of transport, stands on ground steeped in Australia's earliest colonial history. Before the sleek trains and modern buses, this area was a pivotal part of the first inland settlement. Parramatta was a place of toil and struggle, a hub for convicts and early settlers. The very soil beneath the interchange has witnessed countless stories of hardship, despair, and the brutal realities of a nascent colony. It was a place of significant government buildings, early roadways, and the often unseen suffering that underpinned the birth of a nation. With such a heavy past, it's little wonder that the ground itself might retain echoes of those who lived and died here. As the modern interchange rose, so too did the tales of unexplained phenomena. The seamless integration of old and new seems to have stirred something ancient and restless. It's as if the constant flow of modern life sometimes brushes against the lingering presence from a time long past, creating moments of chilling connection. A late-night commuter, rushing to catch the last train, hears a sound that freezes them in their tracks, the clanking of chains, not unlike those that would have bound convicts. They scan the empty platforms, but there's no visible source. The sound seems to emanate from beneath the ground, a ghostly symphony of the past. Security cameras, meant to capture the living, have reportedly caught fleeting, translucent figures moving through areas that should be deserted. One particularly eerie incident involved a lone bus driver during a shift change. He saw a woman in archaic dress, her face drawn and pale, walking slowly across the deserted bus stands. He blinked, and she was gone, leaving only a lingering chill in the air. Some say that on particularly quiet nights, a faint, melancholic sigh can be heard, a sound that carries the weight of centuries of hardship. Others report cold spots that appear and disappear without explanation, or the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The Parramatta Interchange, a gateway to the future, remains irrevocably tethered to its grim and restless past, a constant reminder of the echoes of the convict city. 1. Adelaide Central Bus Station, South Australia. Deep in the heart of Adelaide, on Franklin Street, stands a hub of arrivals and departures, the Adelaide Central Bus Station. For decades, it's been a transient space, a crossroads for countless journeys. Before it became a place of whispered tales, it was simply a bustling transport nexus, a symbol of connection for a growing city. Built in the mid-20th century, its concrete and steel have seen millions of faces pass through, eager travelers, weary commuters, tearful goodbyes, and joyful reunions. It's a place where stories begin and end, a silent witness to the ebb and flow of human life. But over the years, a different kind of story began to settle into its walls. The whispers started subtly, then grew into unsettling rumors. It's said that some of the souls who passed through here, perhaps with unfinished business or a tragic end, never truly left. The station, once just a hub, began to earn a reputation as a place where the veil between worlds thins, particularly after the last buses have departed and the crowds disperse into the quiet night. It's the dead of night. The last bus has rumbled out, leaving an echoing silence in the vast, empty terminal. A lone cleaner pushes his cart, the squeak of its wheels the only sound. Suddenly, a cold draft sweeps through, even though all doors are closed. He shivers, attributing it to the old building. But then, a distinct whisper brushes past his ear, a word he can't quite grasp. He spins around, seeing nothing but his own reflection in a dark window. Another account speaks of a security guard on his late-night rounds. He's accustomed to the eerie quiet, but one night, a figure appears at the far end of the terminal, a solitary man, dressed in old-fashioned clothes, waiting as if for a bus that will never come. The guard calls out, "Can I help you?" The figure slowly turns, but his face is obscured by shadow, and then, in the blink of an eye, he simply vanishes. Perhaps most chilling are the reports from early morning drivers. They describe seeing fleeting shadows darting through the deserted waiting areas, or hearing phantom footsteps echoing on the tiled floors, as if a spectral passenger is forever pacing, waiting for a destination that remains out of reach. These aren't just stories. For those who work there late at night, they are a chilling reality, a constant reminder that some journeys, it seems, never truly end at the Adelaide Central bus station.